Viewers, it's election season, and where else will you be but on Times Now, because this is the election news headquarters. This is India's definitive destination for poll coverage. And true to our word, Padmaja and myself will begin today, as promised, with the most incisive coverage of our opinion poll assessment, our survey of what the state of Goa and Uttarakhand, Punjab, Manipur, Uttar Pradesh have to say about who shall govern them over the next 5 years. Now, Padmaja, let's very quickly shape this entire narrative by coming to a particular point, which is, why are we so interested? Why is the nation so interested in this particular 5-state election? It's because this particular series of elections comes roughly at that halfway, that tantalizing halfway mark of any government at the center's tenure. And viewers, every government wants to know if it is actually doing a good job. So in one sense, Padmaja, this is a referendum, isn't it? This is a referendum to 2024, and whoever comes out of this strong will think that they're in a great position to do well in 2024.
Absolutely. Quick 3 points. First, after the second wave, these are the first series of large elections. Second, the most populous state of Uttar Pradesh goes to polls, which is going to be the litmus test for the BJP's formula of Vikas and Astha put together, which it hopes will work in 2024. And third is that we see a slew of regional parties now kicking up the dust and posing a direct challenge to the BJP, which so far seem to have got a walkover with the Congress. So we are starting off now with the numbers. Over to you, Rahul.
Absolutely. Let's first quickly take a quick look at the methodology, viewers. The methodology, this veto poll that we are doing with a very credible polling agency, obviously has gone out there, is staking its own reputation, has gone out there and has, look at the numbers here. In Goa, 6,000 voters are telling us what they think. In Punjab, the number goes down to 18,000. In Uttarakhand, 11,000. And in Uttar Pradesh, almost 25,000 voters, viewers, will be telling us who they believe should govern the next 5 years. So this is a big sample size. We conducted this entire exercise from December 31st to January 9th. I need not tell you that just 24 hours back, the Election Commission has really sounded the gong, so to speak, by announcing the poll dates. March 10th will be the verdict day, and you're going to be with Times Now. Again, randomized digit dialing on CATI surveys. This is the most credible survey methodology that we can come up with. Stratified random sampling on F2F field surveys. This is completely path-breaking and, viewers, extremely accurate. That's what we are told by Veto, the polling agency that we have tied up with, in the hope that we're going to be absolutely spot on with the various projections we make. Remember, these are only projections, viewers, and as the campaign begins and unfolds, things will change remarkably on the ground. So these pictures will keep changing, and we will, of course, be updating you with weekly opinion poll results to keep track, really, of what is voter mood and how it's being affected as the poll unravels when all the candidates hit the ground. Now let's start with Goa first. Goa, very important state this time. And Padmaja has also referred to this just yesterday in a debate she did. Padmaja, you said that this, for the first time, is really a very fascinating election because there are 5, possibly 6 formations here, aren't they? 5, 6 formations contending for this small state, but it'll send out a significant signal, isn't it?
And the numbers here are going to be very interesting for political watchers because, you've heard of the Aam Aadmi Party, the TMC trying to make a dent in the BJP and Congress's vote bank. But the real story is going to be the parties of Goa, the Gomantak Party, Goa Forward. You've got other very young outfits who are tapping into what seems to be a very palpable anger right now in the local population. Why is that anger? How much is it going to affect the two leading parties, especially the BJP? That's what our numbers hold, Rahul.
Let's look at those numbers. Let's begin first with the most obvious question. Who is the first choice for Chief Minister of Goa? Now, here you have it. This gentleman, Pramod Sawant, incumbent, facing a few questions over his image. Many people are making allegations that he hasn't conducted himself in a manner befitting of someone who is mindful of propriety. He has come out and said that this is all rubbish. But it appears, viewers, that the voters are not very convinced. Only 24%, less than a quarter of the voters or thereabouts, believe that he is somebody they want to see leading that particular post in Goa. Now remember, viewers, that the BJP suffered a massive loss. Mr. Parrikar, very big shoes to fill, and Pramod Sawant is not quite filling them, as you can see. Not only, of course, was Mr. Parrikar a very good chief minister of the state, but also was known to be very clean and was the intellectual driving force, the tactician in the BJP camp. So they've really lost two very important aspects. Now, this is very, very interesting. The Congress pretty much out of the equation. And what is really interesting is that the AAP, that has not even projected a candidate already, has 19% approval. So the brand value of AAP is so great that even though they have not projected a chief minister, they are already thought to be the party that is the most likely to give a chief ministerial face. So that's almost 20%, not very far behind Mr. Pramod Sawant. Now look at this, very interesting. Revolutionary Goans, a party that can't, as Padmaja was saying, can't even hit the ground right now because it is strapped for resources. Its chief ministerial face, Manoj Parab, 7.83%. And look at the others. This is almost a nota. Anyone. People are saying 39.6. It's so fractured. There is not one leader that commands respect across the length and breadth of Goa. Let's look at some of the main issues. Why are we at this point where the polity is so confused? What is the main issue? Mining, big problem, viewers. Mining is a huge problem. It's creating environmental degradation by some accounts. There has been corruption in the contracts, awarding, giving, and all of that has meant that this particular issue, which has such a big bearing on the socio-economics of Goa, is obviously up there. And look here, unemployment, 46.26%. Now, whether this is a hangover of COVID, it most definitely is. Remember, what is the one thing that Goa survives on? Tourism. And when there are lockdowns, when there are entire closures, it's the service sector that is hit hardest. That's where you've seen the displacement. Obviously, these are top-of-the-mind election issue, recall issues. Padmaja, very quickly, are you surprised at all at this expression here?
Not at all. Actually, very recently I was in Goa, and if there's one thing that every single person, it thrives on tourism, and every single person said, देखिए हमारा काम ठप पड़ा है पिछले 2 साल से और हमें कोई real relief नहीं मिला. Another very interesting thing that they said is that when it comes to distribution of ration, of course it has happened from the BJP, but corruption at the panchayat level. Now Goa has a very strong panchayat system, और panchayat level पे people are saying that a lot of that money which is coming from the center is being eaten up. Aam Aadmi Party has also been on the ground, so there is some sentiment in their favor. And the local parties are the ones that locals felt really came to their rescue in times of need during the lockdown.
Let's have a quick look. Will allegations against the Chief Minister have an impact? That's a fundamental question that we have asked because of the reasons that Padmaja has sort of indicated. And look, yes, very much. Now, interestingly, viewers, in Uttarakhand, the BJP got around this by replacing their Chief Minister. Here, you've had some issues. You've had some issues that the leadership deficit, So they're stuck with Mr. Sawant, and that is the biggest concern. Image is the biggest concern. Will the Congress, BJP, the two traditional bigger parties, are they now losing ground to some of the others? Let's have a look. That's the last but least question. And then we'll, of course, open it up to the numbers. And we also have with us Goa Chief Minister, if I'm not mistaken, Padmaja. In just 30 seconds, we'll go to them. Yes, look at this. People are looking beyond the Congress and the BJP in the state of Goa. So big churn, huge churn on the ground. And it is reflecting here. It is reflecting here, viewers. So be prepared for perhaps the Aam Aadmi Party that has been eyeing that vacuum to step up and come into some sort of a equation here in Goa. That would mean after Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party would perhaps be in control of another state, albeit a small one, but it all adds up, viewers, it all adds up. Let's go straight across to Padma. Padma, I think we have with us the Chief Minister of Goa. We can bounce those numbers off him.
Yes, Mr. Pramod Sawant. Absolutely. Mr. Sawant is here with us. Sir, right at the outset, of course, we are going to hit you with all the findings that our survey has. But since you are out there campaigning, what is your sense first? Tell us your sense and then we'll tell you ours.
मुझे लगता है कि आपने जैसा है गोवा में भारतीय जनता पार्टी को फुल मेजॉरिटी मिल रही है और पूरे बहुमत के साथ गोवा में सरकार आ रही है।
ऑलराइट, ये बताइए प्रमोद सावंत जी कि आप अभी कॉन्फिडेंट है कि आपको थर्ड टर्म मिलने वाला है, पर अब ये सिर्फ कांग्रेस बीजेपी की लड़ाई नहीं है। आम आदमी पार्टी काफी लोगों को अपनी तरफ आकर्षित कर पा रही है। आपके लिए चिंता का विषय है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, आपकी बात सही है। लास्ट 10 साल से भारतीय जनता पार्टी इज रूलिंग इन द स्टेट और इस टाइम यहाँ पे कांग्रेस, आप, तृणमूल कांग्रेस, बाकी लोकल पार्टीज, एमजीपी, गोवा फॉरवर्ड सभी आ रही हैं और आप लास्ट 5 साल से यहाँ पे काम कर रही है और आप भी यहाँ पे द सेकंड पोजीशन पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ में उनकी भी फाइट रहेगी। ऐसे मुझे लग रहा है कि कुछ सीटों पे आप बहुत ही अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस कर रहे हैं, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ अच्छी टक्कर आप आम आदमी पार्टी की हो सकती है।
इंटरेस्टिंग, आप इतना तो कंसीड कर रहे हैं कि आम आदमी पार्टी की स्थिति इतनी मजबूत तो है कि वो कम से कम सेकंड पोजीशन पे आप भी मान रहे हैं आ सकती है, पर आपके जो डिफेक्शंस हो रहे हैं, क्या आप उनको सिर्फ ग्रीड को ही एट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं? Since the announcement of election dates itself, 4 लोग आपको छोड़ के जा चुके हैं। Is there not a serious crisis in your party then, these defections?
मुझे लगता है कि जिसको लग रहा है कि उस पार्टी से टिकट नहीं मिल रही है, इसी के डर से they are resigning from the MLA-ship and joining for the other party. But definitely the party जिसके परफॉर्मेंस बेसिस पे ही टिकट दे रही है, इसीलिए एट प्रेजेंट कुछ बीजेपी से भी रिजाइन हो गए हैं, कुछ इंडिपेंडेंट में रिजाइन हो गए हैं, कुछ यानी बेटर प्रोस्पेक्ट के लिए जिस पार्टी को ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, they have started to resigning the MLA-ship, as the ministership.
Well, you have problems. You have problems, Mr. Sawant, and you know, we have just polled some of the respondents and they've said that corruption allegations against you are going to be problematic for you, Mr. Sawant. Now, you know, we've also had the governor, Satyapal Malik, who, of course, is a appointee of the center. He's called you out. If he's calling you out, why should the people believe otherwise, Mr. Sawant?
मुझे लग रहा है कि अपोजिशन का काम है करप्शन के ऊपर चार्जेस करना, लेकिन मेरी गवर्नमेंट एंड वेट इज द बेस्ट गवर्नेंस बोल के स्टेट में यानी नेशनल लेवल पे हमें थर्ड परफॉर्मेंस गुड गवर्नेंस के लिए मिला है। और मुझे पता नहीं यहाँ से जाने के बाद हमारे गवर्नर साहब क्यों बोले, कुछ उनका यानी किस पार्टी का एजेंडा है या मुझे पता नहीं इसके बारे में।
पार्टी का एजेंडा, गवर्नर साहब तो पार्टी के हैं नहीं, उनका क्या एजेंडा हो सकता है? उनका यही एजेंडा है कि वो लोगों को सर्व करें। सावंत साहब, आपके खिलाफ तो ऑपोजिशन भी, the opposition is also charging you of corruption. I can understand they might be making these particular claims, but the governor of your own state obviously doesn't think that you're up to it. So this is the problem. Why don't you accept it? The people are saying so.
आप और टीएमसी ने खुद के राज्य में जाके पहले देखना चाहिए। मुझे लगता है टीएमसी ने जिस तरह से टीएमसी में इलेक्शंस होने के बाद वहां पे जो वायलेंस हुआ, वहां पे जो केसेस रजिस्टर्ड हुए, मर्डर हुए, रेप हुए, उसी के हिसाब से तो टीएमसी के लिए दूसरे राज्य के बारे में कहने के लिए उनके पास कुछ भी नहीं है, वो कभी भी नहीं कह सकते हैं। इसीलिए तो मैं कह रहा हूं कि पहले खुद उन्होंने अपने राज्य में देखे, then they can comment on the other states.
Okay. Now, 1 second, sir. Stay on with us. Padmaja, let's just go through some of the other questions that we have here. Let's go through some of the other questions. We have Mr. Sawant there, and we can bounce them off him also as we go along. Now, who apart from Congress and BJP has a strong chance? Look at this. The Aam Aadmi Party there streaking ahead of the TMC. The TMC, interestingly, is in this frame. Mamata Banerjee herself has visited the state, tried to pull in various known personalities. She even got the Congress's very senior leader, Mr. Falero, into the TMC's ranks. Obviously, that hasn't helped. Now, this is a very important state for the TMC. Viewers, what is it trying to do? What is Mamata Banerjee's aim? She's trying to position herself as a challenger, national level challenger to Prime Minister Modi ahead of the 2024 elections. She wants people of Goa to recognize that she has more cachet than just Bengal Chief Minister, that she has wider appeal. She wants to convince the rest of India. Is she succeeding? Well, these are some numbers, 7.63%. These will concern her. The RGP, one of those local parties, very important in the matrix, could become a player, a kingmaker, 14.32%. So these are some of the regional parties. The NCP, Shiv Sena, are at best going to only play spoilers at the micro level, not adding up too much. But it's the Aam Aadmi Party, apart from the Congress and the BJP, that looks to have huge resonance with the people of Goa, and they've been working on this state for a few years now. Let's go to the other two quick questions. Let's go straight. Remember, this sample has a margin of error of plus minus 3%. So that's not going to change the outcome. It's pretty much in line, really, with all the other projections. BJP, who will form the government in Goa? Now, AAP is nipping at the BJP's heels. Nipping at their heels, 28.20%. And look at this, 32%. These numbers suggest that the state is very close to call. Let's have a look at the seats. This really is the vote share. Remember, this survey is 16 to 30th of December. This particular one. Now, will infighting hurt the Congress? Well, yes, 73.23% saying that the Congress is mismanaged, it has a problem, it's on the way to an implosion. We don't think it can give us a stable government. We don't rely upon it. Big problems for the Gandhis. Undecided 17.6, even if they were to become suddenly disagree with the question, that number is not going to change this top line. This is an overwhelming majority saying that they have very little confidence in the Congress. Let's look at the big numbers now. Let's begin to look at the big numbers. Let's project them. Nizam Bhai, there it is. What will be the seat share in Goa? 40 total seats. 20 is a halfway, 21 is majority. BJP just shy of that. If you look at the median here, it will come to about 19 viewers, and that means they will be tantalizingly short. The Aam Aadmi Party picking up some obvious traction in the state, but still not in a position to bag the seats that matter. Let's look at the vote share. We'll get a better idea of where the problem is for the AAP as far as conversion is concerned. Here it is. Almost 30% of the vote. Now remember, it's a fractured election, multi-corner, multipolar. But there is not much between the AAP and the BJP viewers. Yet there is about a 10-seat difference. 9-10 seat difference. Padmaja, very quickly, how is that explained? Let's open it up. Atishi Marlena is also there with us. The Chief Minister of Goa is also there with us. Very quick.
Yes, let's take it across. In fact, to our panel, we'll go back to Mr. Sawant in just a bit. Mr. Rajgopalan, Smita Prakash, Shekhar Iyer, Sanjay Jha, Sabha Naqvi, Atishi, Bishwajit Deb of the Trinamool Congress, Aprajita Sarangi of the BJP. Atishi, my first question is actually to you. Better than expected, not up to expectation. How would you see the results that we have in our opinion poll? people see you as the primary opponent now to the BJP in Goa?
I think, Padmaja, the survey results are as expected. I think that Goa is now a straight fight between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. Even in the last elections in 2017, there was a lot of resentment against the BJP. But the people of Goa voted for Congress in an effort to oust the BJP. But what happened? The MLAs who were voted by the people of Goa left the Congress party, joined the BJP and formed the government. So today the people of Goa realize that a vote to the Congress is effectively a vote to the BJP. And yes, the people of Goa are looking for a change. And it is an Aam Aadmi Party that they seem to have found an alternative. And the interesting thing, Padmaja, and I'm sure as your surveys go along, you will also see this, is that the surveys being conducted by different channels are now showing a consolidation and an increase in the vote share of Aam Aadmi Party over the last couple of months.
That is true.
So I personally believe that this trend will continue further.
That is true.
And I think that Aam Aadmi Party and BJP are going to be in a straight fight to form the government.
How important is it for you to be not just in the reckoning, but forming the government here? What does it mean for your overall prospects? Now, look, in Punjab, you are expected to do very well. Some people might even say that you're tipped to form the next government. That might happen in a scenario that is optimistic. Right now, we don't know. We'll only know by about 7 o'clock today, Atishi Marlena, when we start showing you the opinion poll data from there. But Goa, important experiment for you. In Delhi, you completely flatten the competition. Goa is tricky, but it could put you in that position. Now, how important is it? Why is Goa so important? Is it just for the larger picture electorally, or is it about ideology for you?
See, Goa is extremely important for the Aam Aadmi Party. This is the reason why we contested there in 2017. It is a state where there has been a total governance failure. It is a state which is rich in natural resources. It is a state which, because of mining, because of tourism, has had a flourishing economy. Yet, in the last 10 to 15 years, you see a total collapse over there. You have a state that is in massive debt, that has to take loans even to pay salaries. You have a state where unemployment is extremely high. Today, you speak to Goan youth, and they will tell you that anyone who gets a college degree has to leave Goa in the search of a job. So I think Goa is definitely ripe for a political alternative, and the people of Goa seem to be looking towards Aam Aadmi Party to be this alternative. And secondly, I think that the fact that Aam Aadmi Party is doing extremely well in Punjab, now doing very well in Goa also means that the tag that has been given to Aam Aadmi Party, that this is a Delhi-only party. I think now on 10th of March, that tag is going to go. I think Aam Aadmi Party is likely to form a government in more than one state outside of Delhi.
I think that is going to be also very important when we discuss the larger picture of these results. But very quickly, I want to get in the BJP and the Trinamool Congress both. Aparajita Sarangi, I want you to focus on question number 15, which we asked, and that should set the alarm bells ringing. Even if you're being shown a wafer-thin scraping through with, 17 to 21 seats, when we asked people, do you want a change in present government? A whopping 67.54% said, yes, we do. 67% people are saying we do not want the BJP back.
A very good evening. A second is always a second. Let's remember that. Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar. Don't forget that we would be going for the third term this time. There would be certain anti-incumbency factors. So whatever you are saying, Padmaja, we are not surprised. But ultimately, the scoreboard says all. I understand.
One second. No, Aprita ji, 1 minute, one second. See, look, there are a variety of reasons why the electorate which wants change may not be able to affect that change. Okay, there might be many spoilers in the pack. But you have talked about this big double-engine bonus that you bring, state after state. There is Modi at the center, and there is a chief minister who is usually picked by your high command, by Mr. Modi, to deliver. Now, this double engine doesn't work here, and you're quiet about that double engine. The double engine, one engine of that double engine is policy. People don't think that that engine has it in it to run on that track. It is polluting the environment of the state, so to speak. And the central leadership that affected change in Uttarakhand is reluctant to do it here. This reflects poorly actually on the central leadership. That's the question I'm asking you.
The fact remains that the scoreboard says that the BJP is going to form the government in the state of Goa for the third time. Isn't it true?
It is true.
I told you.
You look the closest to
Actually,
it.
doesn't
You're
matter.
19.
Says 17
You're
to
19.
21, which means the median is
We
19.
would be forming the government.
You're
and
one short.
Let me tell you that it would be third term and there would be certain anti-incumbency factors who said no. When a particular government has been there in the state for about 15 years, I'm sure, 10 years, I'm sure there would be questions attached. But I think as far as the style of
Let me
BJP
ask you, does it
leadership
not
is
concern you
concerned,
that the
I'm
people
sure it is
of Goa
liked by the
don't believe?
people.
See, they might be voting for one half of the engine in the hope of deliverance. In Uttarakhand, people might vote you back because you made that important course correction, which is removing a chief minister who was thought not up to it. Here you persisted. Here you brazened up. Here the charge is corruption. Here the line is drawn in the sands of Goa by the Prime Minister who says, na khaunga, na khane dunga. The man in the driver's seat, one of the engines, is thought to be a polluter, is thought to be corrupt. That is what we've asked. Madam, we have not asked some airy-fairy question. We've said, do you believe he's corrupt? And the people of Goa overwhelmingly say yes. And you're going along with it.
Who are we to say whether the chief minister or his people are corrupt? It's the people who would
Ma'am,
be
it's the
voting
governor
for the
who's
party.
saying it. You have no respect for the governor and his views?
It's the people who would be casting votes. So let's wait for February 14. Who are we to say? Who is the honorable governor? Of course, we have
So
highest regards for him.
winnability
and
is
his chair.
everything, propriety is nothing.
Ultimately, absolutely. Ultimately, it's the people who would decide. So let's wait and watch. But we can say with confidence we have worked on the ground and we would be winning the election for the third time and we would be forming the government. AAP would be doing well this time in many of the seats. They would be doing well.
Very quickly, Atishi
but
wants to
AAP
respond to
would definitely
Aparajita
not form
Sarangi.
the
Then we'll go across to
government.
Trinamool Congress. Quick rebuttal from Atishi, please. Yes.
I think, Padmaja, the two data points really speak the most. Number one is that 67% people want a change in government. I think that is extremely telling. And number two, your incumbent chief minister has only 24% support amongst the people. If you compare that to the fact that Aam Aadmi Party, which has not even announced its CM candidate yet, people are willing to say 19% people, almost as much as the sitting chief minister, that we will support any CM candidate that Aam Aadmi Party puts forward. I think these data points really reflect the mood of Goa. The people of Goa want a change. They want BJP out. And they are looking for an alternative. And in the alternatives, Aam Aadmi Party is definitely the front runner.
Okay, when one goes to Goa, and it's common folklore now that it is impossible to walk 4 steps without seeing one poster of Mamata Banerjee. Despite that, you barely seem to have made a dent. More sound and fury than actual substance? I mean, your vote share is 1.05%.
Well, good evening. You forget about what was the vote share earlier. Now, what I want to say is this, that people of Goa have decided to bring a new dawn under the leadership of Mamata Banerjee and All India Trinamool Congress. They have decided to vote out this particular corrupt government. And people have decided to
No, sir,
vote
they
for
haven't
development.
actually.
Please,
You
please
aren't
let me
even
finish.
winning a single seat according to this survey.
People of Goa have decided to vote for development and not for jumlas. People of Goa have already decided to vote for development, peace, integrity and harmony. And they have
Don't
seen
you represent
that it is
any of
Mamata
these things
Banerjee.
to the voters,
It is
sir?
Mamata Banerjee.
Do you not represent peace, integrity, harmony, nothing to the voter? You're just there to make up the numbers and celebrate AAPs. No, I know that Mamata Banerjee and Mr. Kejriwal have a great association, have a great relationship, and you want to be a cheerleader of Mr. Kejriwal. Is that what you're saying?
Let me finish. Well, let me finish. People of Goa have decided to vote for development and not for this corrupt government. People
That
of
might
Goa
be
have
so, but
decided
where are
to
you?
vote for development
Mamata Banerjee
and
is
not
playing-
for Jumla.
No,
Not for
khela
Jumla.
hoge, she says.
And people of Goa will bring in a new dawn
Okay,
under the
well,
leadership of
A dawn as in D-O-N or D-A-W-N? Please,
It is only 3 months.
be careful about
We are
what you're
Venkat
saying.
Goa.
Yeah, so
It
one
is
second.
only-
Let's
it is only 3
open
months
this up.
that
Let
we
me
are
open
Venkat
this
Goa.
up. Let me bring in somebody who ardently will support the BJP here, come what may, whatever season. And I want to.
And Mamata Banerjee has already
yes,
proved in
Mr.
Bengal
Rajagopalan.
that it is Mamata Banerjee.
Let me bring
who
in
can-
Mr.
who can
Rajagopalan.
defeat
Mr.
BJP.
Rajagopalan, how do you see this survey's outcome? Smita Prakash is there also. I want to bring her in on this. Rajagopalan, how do you see the various projections we have made?
Rahul, you are making Atishree, the Aam Aadmi Party, a very cheerful one. They are going to be in a big crisis because Aam Aadmi Party is overinflated, according to my understanding.
Okay.
And as you exactly said, BJP is the winner. Apart from the two quick comments, whichever party is forming the government, it's ultimately going to be the BJP which is going to form the government because it has 40 seats. And you know what happened in 2017. That will be replicated, I am very confident. You talked about double engine, triple engine.
That's not
whatnot.
exactly a very good model for democracy, sir, where the Congress was the single largest party and the BJP managed to still cobble together a government. For you to say that we'll replicate 2017 is not exactly the best model for democracy.
17 seats, what is that? That is not democracy. People, despite the anti-incumbency,
Okay.
bringing back third time for the same
So it'll
government.
come down to managing. It'll come down to managing. Now that
Managing
that will be a race.
two
One.
contenders.
Okay.
Rahul, 1 second.
Yeah.
Two contenders.
Now it just
who are
depends
going
whose
to form
flight
the
lands
government.
sooner out. Vijay Singh or Nitin Gadkari. That essentially is the important Mr. Rajgopal.
But you know, if this is the case, no, 1 second, let me just come in here. If this is the case, you have Satyapal Malik in the hot seat. And he can play spoiler. Smita Prakash, he's already started playing spoiler. So maybe more reasons than one that the opposition is smiling away.
No, but I think both you and Padmaja hit the nail on the head. It's about management. It's that X factor in Goa, which is defections. So whichever is the largest party, you saw in 2017 what happened, as Mr. Rajgopalan pointed out, we'll win, he says. So, you know, it doesn't matter who's got the larger number. It's the management. It's the number management which is happening. And it's a season of defections which is taking place right now in Goa.
It is.
And the BJP, because of the anti-incumbency factor, just today they lost out the Kalangut guy, Michael Lobo.
Yes.
So he's gone towards the Congress. So, you know, goes to show that the BJP is going to suffer these kind of losses, and who's going to gain, whether the TMC or the Aam Aadmi Party. And it seems as if the TMC has kind of lost steam, even though they had the PK factor. The IAC, the PK group, you know, making this media blitz about Mamta all over, and it's a litmus test for the IPAC to see that she wins. But in spite of that, it's the Aam Aadmi Party which seems to be making gains. And
Look,
as
we've given
Atishi
you
pointed out, it's going to be not just a Delhi-based party if they win.
Okay, viewers, let me tell you something. It's 6:30. We're at that halfway mark. We need to transition to another state.